Okay, you got to stay in a defensive stance with your feet set when you're guarding Jalen Brunson here. When this pass gets made, you still have to. Look at this. Where's the Spurs player going? He's backing up this way as Jalen Brunson's about to fly off a handoff. That's not going to get it done. Can't lean towards the screen early. Look at Jeremy Sohan here. Look at him leaning. There you go, leaning. You get beat the other way. So Jeremy Sohan has no chance of guarding Jalen Brunson like this. None. Okay? So, first of all, and this player shouldn't be backpedaling in transition anyways. You always sprint back. But it's even more important now because of what we're seeing here. See, sprint, so that this player can play on Jalen Brunson's side, and he can force Jalen Brunson into where you should be and help. But that doesn't happen, and, I mean, you know. All right, Jeremy Sohan's doing this again. Leaning towards what he thinks is a screen. There he's leaning. You get beat the other way. That draws help. That means Hartenstein can put it back for a dunk. Is incredibly lazy. Why is Jeremy Sohan falling asleep on his man? Look at this right here. Stop. So now you're calling for a really late switch because you fell asleep, and it's too late now. So the shot goes up. If you're Zach Collins, you have to immediately... You got to go find your man. He can't be finding you. Find your man, turn around, box him out. See, look at this. You're waiting for him to find you. Well, now you're boxing him out with one arm. That's not boxing out. So Julius Randle's posting up Stanley Johnson. Stanley Johnson has got to be making contact with Julius Randle, okay? When he's trying to battle for position, you got to battle for position back. Like, look at this. All Stanley Johnson's doing is backpedaling. That's not battling. That's the first time you actually battled for position. Well, Julius Randle's inside the block now. A little late. If you're Stanley Johnson here, stop. This shot is going up. It is really important that you box out Julius Randle. Of all people on the floor, that's the most important player to box out, and it's your responsibility to do so, and you just don't do so. The Spurs were trapping Julius Randle. This is obviously a horrible trap, but Stanley Johnson, I mean, your man's not even in the picture. Like, this pass just got me. You got to slide over here. You have to. Jeremy Sohan can get to your man who's not in the picture yet. But Stanley Johnson can't just be asleep like this. Can't do this. If you're the Spurs player, you must see the ball and your man. The Spurs player is only seeing the ball, not his man. Okay, so this Spurs player is clearly anticipating Julius Randle giving a handoff here. Stop. You got to stay underneath Julius Randle. Whether he gives a handoff or not, you got to stay underneath him. Okay? Like, look at this. What is this player doing? You're not under... guard Julius Randle. Stay underneath. Okay, so Jakob Poeltl here is doubling Julius Randle. This player is playing on Julius Randle's side. Well, if you're going to do this, you can't just then say, never mind, we're not going to do this. You got to keep Julius Randle coming this way. This player's got to slide here. If a skip pass is made, this player here, boom. Okay, but look at, so now the Spurs are like, never mind, we're not going to double. Well, this player's out of position now. See this Spurs player leaning towards the screen again. Look at that lean right there. You're going to get beat the other way every time. If you're the Spurs guard right here, stop. You have to avoid this player using his back to keep you behind him. All right? See, look, stop right here. See, you got to get... You have so much space here. Use it. The only thing you need to worry about is being able to guard the basketball. Look at this. You're walking right into this player's back, and now he has this space. Okay, so I don't understand why Jeremy Sohan is not more out towards his man. But again, if you want to be in the gaps, you have to have your feet set in a defensive stance. And Jeremy Sohan is anything but that. So now it's just going to be rip and go right by you. That draws all kinds of help. And, like, nice that this was a block, but you have 4 Spurs players because you got beat in the paint. So where do you think this loose ball now is going to? So Jalen Brunson beats his man off the dribble. That draws help right here. Okay, so this player has to slide down because you can't let this pass get made. But this player can't be just looking at the post because if this player cuts, you got to go with him. Like, we go again. Trey Jones is spending way too much time only seeing the ball and not seeing his man. Look at Trey Jones. So, yeah, this happens, of course. If you are trying to go under a screen, you absolutely cannot make contact with the screener. So it looks like the Spurs player is surprised by the screen, which I mean, you got to communicate that, but you got to go under without making contact with the screener. Like, look at this. You're making contact with the screener. Jalen Brunson's already on the other side, way ahead of you. So this is great that you're battling for positioning with Julius Randle, but he's at the three-point line. So as soon as he catches... Okay, so this ball's in the air. Now's time to get in a defensive stance with your feet set, because he's not going to be posting you up from the three-point line. Like, he's facing you up, and look at this. You're not ready to guard. Look, you can't slide your feet like that. Atrocious defense from Doug McDermott. I mean, just get in a defensive stance with your feet set. Why is he paying so much attention to the ball? Like, you got to see your man too. But get in a defensive stance with your feet set. Look at Doug McDermott, not in a defensive stance with his feet set. So look when his man catches the ball. You have no chance of guarding the ball like this. Look at how out of position you are. Again, so Julius Randle right now is posting you up. That's noted. But as soon as he's turning right now, okay? So he's no longer posting you up, so you can't guard him like he's posting up. You got to get your feet set in a defensive stance now, okay? He's facing you up, yet you're still guarding him like he's posting you up. So now you can't slide your feet. This switch is totally unnecessary because there's no screen set. I mean, this is ridiculous. Look at how late this switch is. So this player is not in position. His feet aren't set. He's not going to be able to guard Emmanuel Quigley. That's it. Look what happens. This Emmanuel Quigley comes flying off of this handoff. This player's late. So now again, his momentum's flying this way as Quigley's now about to come off a ball screen that you have zero chance of guarding. Okay, when you're this Spurs player and you're guarding the ball, your only focus can be the ball. You cannot gamble trying to get a deflection. Look at this. Gambling trying to get a steal on a pass that was never made. So now you're not able to guard. If you are Zach Collins and you are dropping in drop coverage, you have to have your feet set in a defensive stance. Look at Zach Collins backpedaling. Nope. 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 If you're Zach Collins, it's fine that you're dropping in drop coverage, but again, you have to have your feet set in a defensive stance. You can't just backpedal forever. Okay, so right now, get in a defensive stance so that if Jalen Brunson comes this way, he's not going any further. You're stopping the ball right there. Zach Collins is just going to backpedal to infinity. If you are switching the screen, then Doug McDermott has to get underneath the screener immediately. Like, you switch onto the screener, you have to get underneath the screener. So why is Doug McDermott trying to go over? I mean, yes, he falls, but he fell because he was trying to go over for no reason. Okay, you have to stay with your man. Look at this Spurs player. Why did you just stop? Why are you slowing down here? Look at this. Look at this space. So what ends up happening is you end up screening your own man. Oh, wow. This is a cross screen. The Spurs player's got to go over the cross screen. Now, Trey Jones is actually going to come up and jam Julius Randle to knock him off a spot. Sort of is. So you got to stay over. See, look at this. It doesn't matter, though, because look, you're all the way under here now. And while Julius Randle now is setting a ball screen, and you're still all the way here now. Hey, if this is a switch, then this player needs to be level to the screener in a defensive stance with his feet set ready to guard. Is that the case? It is most definitely not the case. So now you're just backpedaling, and it's just when does Jalen Brunson take an open jumper? This player has zero chance of guarding Jalen Brunson. His feet aren't set. All he's doing is backpedaling. So you trying to defend Jalen Brunson one-on-one is not good for the Spurs defense. This player's got to slide over here, get his back to the baseline, his feet are set, and he's in a defensive stance. Now I can play on Jalen Brunson's side and force him right here where I can stunt. If I don't have to move my feet are set, there will be no three-pointers given up. But again, you're now just trying to play Jalen Brunson one-on-one, and that went away a while ago.